Many of you may ask, oh hell, where does she dig all this info from? Or she doesn't even give a shit about her appearance. No, I don't, honestly. Because I've found the ability and the knowledge to reach into my inner potential, per se. It's not all about looks. This is more on a soul level, guys. And as much as I'm still struggling to comprehend, there is a much bigger scheme of things, per se. So many of you get lost in judgments of one another. And secretly it's funny to me because I feel like I hold the key to a great secret at this point that I don't even fully comprehend or understand. But I will say, knowledge is key. And I've absorbed a lot of knowledge, although I may not understand and comprehend it all. I've absorbed much knowledge in seeking the truth. So everything I say to you is from what I know to be the truth. I just recently shared with all of you, you know, we're taught that, oh, money's evil, money's bad. Well, realize you had a straw man for your birth certificate and for your Social Security. And I can't go, I'm not gonna go into the ins and outs of all that because even I don't completely comprehend it, but what I can tell you that I know to be true is you are a spiritual divine being, and those that were in control that we allowed to enslave us. And this may sound absurd to those of you that have not done your research, that don't know it to be true, and you're going to question it because you've always been taught something's too good to be true. But your imagination is truly its own limitation, what you perceive it to be. Or are you going to set your fear aside and go for it if you realize life's only a game? There's so many factors in all this that I have yet to comprehend. But let me share one of the most current ones I've shared with all of you. Concerning your birth certificate to your secret account and your Social Security number to your secret account. Well, guys, sometimes it takes perseverance. It takes being tenacious. It takes being determined. It takes knowing, believing, and just knowing you deserve it. Knowing that you've been fooled. It takes a certain know and a certain confidence with no doubts, no hold bars, to proceed forward. And guys, I'm telling you, as mass conscious awareness now raises, now is the time to embrace this. Oh, what's that movie? I don't watch movies much, but what was it, Bug's Life? Where, you know, the ones in charge have all the ones under them, you know, scurrying for them to be able to eat, and so they hold up all the goods for themselves, and then the other 99% realize, right? And they know that if they realize, they're in trouble, right? So if nobody follows Anonymous, you'll still get the gist of this, okay? Let's just say there's no one to blame. It's about forgiveness. It is about love. Let's just say those 99% of us are now very much becoming into conscious awareness of what's been cut from us that we allowed to happen for so long now. And so with that said, guys, check into this. I've done this personally myself. And, you know, of course, there's always got to be a troll, someone to say, or a disbeliever to say, oh, it didn't work, it's going to be reversed in the next few days. The guys, I told y'all about the whole utilizing your secret account. This has been in effect since the day you were born, and it's been kept from you. And I know this to be true because I've checked out many sources, and many are naysayers, many are in doubt, but it is true, and there's nothing fraudulent about accessing something that is in your own name. Hello, it's you, just in all caps. I'm still working on the ins and outs of that, and it gets very frustrating around my home. I've got a lot of distractions, especially with my memory issues, etc. but I know what the hell I'm talking about. Check out Anonymous Construct. Check out Harvey Dent. Like I said, I'm still discovering the ins and outs of it, but I have tried it. I have applied it. I just went online. I figured out how to use the Social Security, which is your account number. Used it online and used my Social Security as the account number and found my Federal Reserve link routing number, which you can too. Just refer to Harvey Dent, or need help with that. I'm really great at giving links, but don't ask me step by step, because it's too stressful around me to remember things step by step for me to even fully figure it out. But I can tell you, what I can tell you is I went online and I just paid off my electric bill online. And so what I did, because I normally don't do that, I usually call it in over my Ace Check Cashing debit card. What I did was I paid it online with electronic payment routing and account number, which the account number being my Social Security number, and Harvey Dent and several others out there will give you the exact steps to doing so, but it may take you more than one try. And if you're not a believer, it's not going to work for you. You have to believe, and if you're in fear of reprimand from the system, what, the same beast system that's enslaved you, you scared of that? I'm not. When you have a mass consciousness awareness like that, and you realize who you truly are, you realize life's a game. There's no holds bar, honey. It is your money. Go access it. You just gotta try it. Let's just say we live in strange times, amazing times. It's an amazing time to be alive. That I will say. And apparently some of us signed up to be here during this time. Knowledge is key and power, guys. And if you don't live in fear of that and you realize life's simply a game, then you're more empowered for having the knowledge to know as much. To know it is in fact a truth. And that's where I'm at. I know what I know. Don't ask me exactly how I know. Many of you would have had to follow me this whole journey to know I know what I know, and to see how much research I've compiled, although I may not remember it all because of, the obstacles I've had to overcome. Just trust. I know what I know, but it's up to you to trust that you know what you know and to be confident enough to follow through. I know I'm not making much sense to many of you. All I know is that very soon, even now, I believe that life is going to become more magical, more fun, and there's going to be abundance for all. And you see my earlier videos, I was not so sure of that. I was upset, I was crumbling, I was falling apart. But I just know, guys, don't ask me how I know. And if you're curious about the birth certificate and Social Security number thing, I would suggest you put it in your own research. Gary Larrabee's released a lot of information on that. Harvey Dent has a lot of information on that. Anonymous Construct. It is your secret treasure, and it is under your name or your straw man's account. Many of you have heard of this. But if I just paid off a bill and my naysayers just, well, it's going to get reversed in a few days. Well, sometimes that happens. You just do it again. The people that have been in control are not going to make it easy for you because they do want your money. They want to keep it a secret. But it is your money. What are they going to do if all of us realize that and we all access our money? What are they going to do to all of us? Seriously? There's so many more of us than there is them. I'm here to be a systems buster. I do know that. And to shed the light on the subject. And it has worked for many. So, it's really up to you. You've got to make a decision. It's like playing these mystery books out. What is your next choice? I, for one, am going to figure it out because I know we've been enslaved and gave our power away long ago. I know we've been oppressed long enough, and if something's under my damn name, I know it's mine. So I take my power back, and you should too. That's all I can suggest, but it's ultimately up to you. I will not tell you. You have to make up your own conscientious decision from here on out. All I can do is guide you. Much love.